ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Big Will Spotlight. We're going to discuss movies the Oscars don't care about. We're going to discuss movies that you care about. So go ahead, get yourself something to eat. Get yourself something to drink. Sit back and relax with your popcorn and your date as we go to Big Will Spotlight with your hosts, Big Will, Dr. Quack, and the important one, Mr. Mayhem.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Big Will Spotlight. I'm your host, Big Will. With me today, I got the good doctor.
Hello, hello.
And the important one, Mini Mayhem. Mini Mayhem is with us today. All right. I'm going to apologize to y'all. We're going to be doing a cover of the Green Lantern. I really wanted somebody to go out and do their homework, and the one that needed to do the homework really didn't end up showing up with the commentation.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, but they got me here. So I'm going to ask Big Will some questions.
You want to ask the superhero monster of the show.
Right.
Okay.
Because I'm like the horror movie buff here. He is the superhero buff. So tell us about the Green Lantern.
Well, the Green Lantern is a ring with green energy.
And it was a terrible movie too, Big Will.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes, you always interrupt. Yes.
Always does.
Okay. It wasn't just the whole plot. Whole reason why I was poking fun is that Ryan Reynolds and the director of this movie, I really didn't go back and look up who it was. They did not have a great relationship. Ryan Reynolds wasn't even supposed to be cast for this role. It was supposed to be Nathan Fillion or somebody else. I can't think of his name offhand either. Hey, I'm trying to just go with the movies, but, you know, got to know a little bit about everything. So the producers ended up hiring Ryan Reynolds to do it. Him and the director just did not get along. Ryan Reynolds didn't want to do a good job because he didn't like the director, and the director made them do the part so much until basically they got a bad movie out of it. And so,
Yeah, I mean, because you were saying this movie did bad in the box office. Why do you think this done bad?
it did bad because it was just horrible. Production wouldn't be the word because I don't want to blame the producers. It was bad direction with the director and Ryan Reynolds. I mean, you can't beat the chemistry that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively had. Hey, this is where they met and this is where they started having babies. Oh, I can't say that. They got together, okay. But I mean, this had such a star-studded cast. I really and truly cannot figure out what happened. I mean, you had Ryan Reynolds, you had Blake Lively, you had
Angela Bassett in there.
Angela Bassett in it, Michael Clark Duncan, Jeffrey Rush, Mark Strong, Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many people in this movie. It's why I'm saying. I mean,
But yet it got a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes. You took the cast away from me, but that's okay. It was such a star-studded cast. I mean, they even had the lead-in for the next movie with Mark Strong, who played Sinestro. He was going to end up being the bad guy for the next movie because he ended up going and taking on the yellow fear energy that was Parallax in the first one, but they keep on with it so, you know, they can try and get rid of it and everything like that. But I mean, yeah, Sinestro, most people know him as like the worst bad character to fight against Green Lantern for the most part. So that's why it was like, how are y'all going to just stop it right there? It was that bad though. That's the whole thing.
I mean, when you talk about DC superheroes, you had Superman, you had Batman. How does Green Lantern compare to those guys?
Well, Superman and Batman primarily worked. Well, I mean, Batman was pretty much just one city. Superman kind of did the world. Green Lantern was one of the 3,600 segments of the, I don't want to, not multiverse, but the entire galaxy. So he's off fighting in space. He's out there fighting the injustices in the galaxy. I mean, I can't really come up with the word for it. The multi-galaxy, it just doesn't sound right. But it's been split into 3,600, and he's one of those protectors.
Okay. I mean, it definitely looked like they used a lot of CG. This came out in 2011, so CG was pretty prominent there.
It was the beginning of it, and that was one of the problems that they had, was that the costume is completely CG.
Really? The entire costume?
I mean, I'm sure he had something on, but like a green screen, you know.
Could be, yeah.
But yeah, it was that the entire uniform was CG.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, you look at like this movie though. I mean, you got Wonder Woman, you had Aquaman over there. I mean, even in the comic books, did Green Lantern stack up in comparison to them?
He did. I mean, anything that he could imagine come out of that ring, you know. I mean, this is where the movie kind of went off on its own rails anyway. You're not supposed to have projectile weapons. It was just supposed to be, you know, hammers, maces, rocks, stones, whatever you could think of kind of thing, but couldn't be projectile weapons.
So, here you go. Now I want to ask you a side question here. DC or Marvel, which one is better to you?
They both have their own rights and their own ways. I believe Marvel has more different types of characters. I can't say it like they have more. That's the wrong. They have more different kinds of powers. How about that? There we go.
Okay.
Whereas, you know, DC kind of everybody has like the same kind of powers, just slightly different.
Okay.
I mean, Superman and Captain Marvel, Shazam. I mean, it's like they almost exactly the same.
Definitely. You know, I mean, do you think they will ever do another remake of the Green Lantern? And who would you put in as the Green Lantern? Would you keep Ryan Reynolds?
No, I can't say I wouldn't want Ryan Reynolds. I'm sorry, I got a man crush on Ryan Reynolds.
I understand,
if you want to
man.
call it that, you know, I'm straight by all means, but, you know, hey, I watch just about every damn Ryan Reynolds movie there is.
Best Ryan Reynolds movie.
Best Ryan Reynolds movie. It'd have to come to be one of the new ones. I actually like either Deadpool or Free Guy. Free Guy's a great movie. Speaking of Free Guy, hey, his little helper in the Green Lantern, hey, he was the bad guy in Free Guy.
See, I always liked him in Van Wilder. I always thought that was like one of his best films.
Okay, yeah, you're talking about Ryan Reynolds again.
Yeah, see? Ryan
Blew
Reynolds.
me up. You know, like, wait a minute. No, that was Harold. Okay, no.
All right.
John Cho. Okay, not Harold. John Cho is also in that new remake of Cowboy Bebop.
It's true.
Hey, there you go. There's something for you to go watch instead of Green Lantern.
Right. So would you recommend this to the audience here? Would you recommend this?
I would. It would be one of those things. Hey, I got to have you go watch it just so that you knew how terrible the movie could possibly have been with that star-studded cast that I'm talking about.
But was there a replay value with this? Would you want to sit down and watch this again?
Oh, I've watched it multiple times.
Multiple times.
It's a great movie to go to sleep to.
There you go.
Yep.
That is very important.
Almost as good as Ace Ventura 2.
I liked When Nature Calls. I thought that was
I
solid.
never said there wasn't something good about it.
Chicago, you're out.
I put that movie on to go to sleep to. I never made it to where he saved the raccoon.
All right, so, you know, you're the man who watched this movie.
Yeah.
Because I only seen the trailer. I didn't really get to see too much. That's why I'm asking questions. But what would you give it here? Are you going to give it a steak dinner, or are you going to give it a toilet? Or
we're going to have to work on this scoring system just a little bit.
Oh, we're going to change.
Well, I'm not going to completely change it right now. We got to sit down and talk about this one of these times. But I mean, because I don't want
This
it
is
to
the
end
best
up
box
being
ever
where
made.
if we were all to try and give it a chicken dinner that ends up being a steak dinner. If the movie was great enough, see, we're talking about it now anyway. So we can give it a specific steak dinner or a chicken dinner. It was good, but it's right between being on the fence and a chicken dinner.
Okay.
It's not. I'm not going to give it a toilet. It wasn't that bad a movie. It was just, yeah, it was that. It's something to talk about. Yeah.
So when you have dinner conversations, yeah, this movie can be brought up.
It could be. It would start some arguments, yes.
Oh boy, yeah. Go into the DC Marvel universe and start some arguments. That does happen quite often.
Yeah, it could very well, yeah.
All right, so what do we got next here coming up?
We're going to do our Christmas thing, which we're going to lead right up into. I mean, I didn't get that just at the very beginning. Yes, I'm getting there now, okay? Yes.
Calm down, Mr. Van.
All right. I had to fire our last editor. He had to go. Guess what? I sat down with Mayhem and a very quiet Dr. Quack for the last time that I filmed this. I mean, he was so quiet you couldn't see him at all. I mean, yeah, we filmed this numerous weeks ago, and somehow the editor just lost it. It was gone. It was like, so I gotta come out and do Green Lantern again. Because he's gone. We actually got somebody that we were getting them from the college down there, not paying them interns. We got one we're paying now. He's an editor, producer. Yeah, thank you. Welcome. So he's going to help out immensely, or he better. Yeah, you better. So we're going to ask Mayhem real quick. Yes, we mentioned the editor. Now, what are your thoughts on the movie?
I give it a
did you?
steak dinner.
Why would you give it a steak?
You didn't give me a chance to finish. I said get steak dinner.
Okay, I misunderstood you. I'm sorry. All right. So, I know you didn't really get to watch the movie, but, from understanding and everything like that, you just...
It looks like something I might check out. I mean, I love my DC movies. I'm more a DC guy than I am Marvel. So it'd be something that, okay, maybe it'll intrigue me to at least watch it once.
All right. So that kind of leads up into the next thing. I am going to be doing Jingle All the Way just to cover the Christmas movie. Yes, I wanted one with the wrestler in it. Well, we wanted one with the wrestler in it. And I wasn't going to go with Hulk Hogan. So I went with Paul White. I went with Paul White. We're going to do Jingle All the Way. But we're going to start doing multiple cast of, I don't want to say argument, both sides of different pictures. We're going to go through and we're going to do a Marvel versus DC kind of cover and do our little argument kind of thing. We're going to do Star Trek versus Star Wars. And we're going to do the Expendables also. Well, the Expendables isn't like a Expendables versus Expendables. It's a lot of movies with a lot of people, so we're going to take more than one cast to cover them.
At least there's no Expendables.
Exactly. So, yeah, get ready. We're going to come back into you in just a little bit with Jingle All the Way. And yes, the big man might still be around. Yes, okay. You got anything else that you want to add to this?
I just can't wait to check out Jingle All the Way. I haven't watched that in a long time. So, yeah, you're going to get a fresh review on that one.
All right. So, with the voting that happened here today, I guess we're having hot dogs.
Better than soda.
Thank you guys for coming in. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, and we'll check you out next time. Oh, well, thank you. Yes.